Facebook, we are back, and we're here with another round of talk. So thank you all for watching and the questions that were sent in. We did promise that we would answer some questions.
Yes.
And so we got some questions, and I want to read one of the questions that we got that came in. Actually, several of them in one. Thank you very much. You know who you are. So I wanted to know, it says this. So I wanted to know, in the 9 years when you guys took breaks, did you guys date anyone else? Good question. If so, or if not, how did you feel, or how did you deal with the separation? Knowing that you believe that you were meant for each other, but some delays or maybe confusion was happening that caused you guys to take a break. This person is deep right here. I ask because I find waiting to be so hard at times, knowing that God told me one thing, but when I see the delay and that thing is not happening, I do pray during those times, but at times I get discouraged and wonder, was it really God who was speaking? The question is for both you, that would be her, and me.
All right.
That would be me. Thank you very much for submitting those questions. And let's answer the first one.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so the first one says, this person wants to know, when we were separated at times when we took breaks, did we see anyone else? No. Answer is no. Well, I didn't. No, I'm joking. No, we didn't.
No, we did not see anyone else.
Nope.
And I think we should just take a moment right here, Bruce, just to talk about, the times when we did separate.
Okay.
And just kind of some reasons why there may be periods of time in your courtship that you may separate, Maybe one reason you say that we had to separate.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Just to keep in mind that we started our relationship, if it was 9 years ago, we were actually
that's what I was going to say
teenagers.
Too. Yeah, we were very young, and at first I definitely wouldn't recommend you being in a courtship for 9 years. It's like way too long. But again, we were very young, and are now come of age where we can make this step. So that's one thing. You don't want to be in that long. However, I just want to put that disclaimer out there.
And so...
Oh, some reasons why. There are reasons. One was to grow in our relationship with the Lord alone. There are times where we realized that we were focusing a lot on each other rather than focusing on our relationship with Christ.
Right.
And really focusing on our growth spiritually and personally. And so we felt it best to take some time apart to be able to focus more on growing both personally and spiritually first with the Lord.
Right. That was actually a lot of the times where we separated, and there were other times where it was actually just going through life, and at different ages you're going through changes. And so there's some times where you just need to take time, like you said, to go through this development process personally. And a lot of times relationships can get a little difficult when one person's changing, the other one's not changing, or the other person's changing, the other one's not changing. So there were times where we had to take just short breaks, and separation is more like a mutual decision between both parties, not saying that, hey, we're going to separate and go out and see someone else. Remember that a courtship is you taking and deciding that, hey, you believe that this is the person that the Lord has called you to be with.
Right.
And so it's not that you're separating and saying, I'm going to go try somebody else. That's totally different. This is more separating so that you know that you can become better for God and also for that other person. One thing I used to always say to Bruce is say, hey, I'd rather sacrifice a couple of months than to sacrifice our lives forever together. So meaning that this time apart, even if it's a month or 2 or 3, is not, it could be detrimental if we don't take this time to our future together. I hope that's clear. Was that clear?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think one of the things is, again, because of the time frame that we were in, there's a lot of different transitions and changes in life that occur, from graduations to career, to both of us are business owners, to ministry, where, one needs to take time to be able to focus. And I think sometimes when people get together as couples, oftentimes they try to grow together in the Lord a little too much. Too early. Mm-hmm. It's just important to be strong
in the Lord.
Yeah, with yourself and comfortable with your relationship with God, so that when it does come that time, the two can become one. Yes. I notice here on this question, it says I ask because I find waiting to be so hard at times, knowing that God told me one thing, but then I see a delay. Well, there is. Waiting is actually worth it. Most things that you are willing to wait for, you're willing to fight for, willing to endure for, and waiting is definitely worth it. So,
yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs, everyone knows this, that knows me, is I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. Don't I sing it? And with tears running down my eyes, I would sing this song to encourage myself in the Lord, to wait on Him, not just for marriage, but for other things in my life too.
I'm so excited because November 3rd, 2012, we will be celebrating with the Hoops for Love basketball tournament. Again, November 3rd, 2012, right at the gym of Riverdale Baptist School, the Crusader Field House. We are going to be celebrating this upcoming wedding, having a great time. It's going to be a fundraiser event. There'll be food, there'll be fun, and most importantly, there'll be a whole lot of basketball. If you're interested in registering your team, you can catch the details below. But again, Hoop for Love. Y'all come out and bring your A game. There's going to be a cash prize for the winning team. And even if you don't play ball, we still want you to come out. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to have food there. We'll have some games there. And it's just going to be an awesome time. So mark your calendar for the first event from Team Goodwill, November 3rd, 2012, the Hoop for Love basketball tournament. Again, all you ballers, get ready because it's going to be a serious tournament. So this is serious competition. We're going to be having a lot of fun, but bring your A game because I'm definitely bringing mine. See you there.
Just for all the Christian couples, is that at certain points in your life, the enemy comes and even your flesh comes to bring forth sexual temptation.
Right,
so that's very important to know that when you are feeling, the urge and the fight is on, those are also very good times to take separations, to fast and to pray, right?
Exactly. I mean, I always say like this: slow your roll before you lose control. That's what I always say.
Slow your roll before you lose control.
Before you lose control. Because really, that is definitely a fight. And that's another reason why I said that it is not wise to enter on a courtship and wait for a very, 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 very long time. If you're trying to, if you're trying to do it the Christian way.
Which is to refrain from having sex before marriage. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is very important for you all to have a mutual agreement. If you're in a Christian relationship, that should be your mutual agreement. Mm-hmm. And also, you should have a plan of action that you will live by or walk by when those times come, when the seasons change and things get a little harder. So those were other reasons why we took separation time. So, we never dated anyone. It was more of time of we would have times of preparation, restoration, deliverance, whatever it needed to be. We just discussed it and had that time.